You're watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Thursday, the 10th of August. India's PM Modi replies to no confidence motion against his government. Pakistan Parliament dissolved to hold national election. And dengue death toll exceeds 350 in Bangladesh. And now for all the details. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his much-awaited reply to the no-confidence motion against his government over the Manipur violence, came down heavily on the opposition bloc for politicizing the issue. He said the no-trust vote is a good omen for us and the ruling alliance will break all records in the 2024 general elections. The Prime Minister said, "Some people are trying to tarnish our image on the global stage, but the world knows the truth and won't be misled." Speaking on the Manipur issue after about 1 hour of his speech, he condemned the sexual assault of women in the state as shameful and promised tough action. He assured soon there will be stability and prosperity in Manipur.
कि जिस प्रकार से प्रयास चल रहे हैं, निकट भविष्य में शांति का सूरज जरूर उगेगा। मणिपुर फिर एक बार नए आत्मविश्वास के साथ आगे बढ़ेगा। देश आपके साथ है। ये सदन आपके साथ है।
Earlier in the day, Trinamool Congress MP Mahua Moitra said that the opposition knew the motion was not meant to succeed in the House as they do not have a majority. But the aim was to break the silence surrounding Manipur's plight.
Everyone asks, if not Modi ji, then who? This inaction on Manipur, Honorable Prime Minister, where you had absolute power to intervene but did not, is a cornerstone after which India will say anyone but Modi.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, Pakistan's parliament was dissolved by the President and Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's advice on Wednesday, setting the stage for a national election amid political and economic crisis. The advice came 3 days ahead of the parliament's 5-year term. It will be followed with a caretaker administration to be picked by Sharif in the outgoing parliament to hold new elections in 90 days. The Premier said he would start discussions with the opposition leader on Thursday to pick from candidates recommended from both sides to nominate as the caretaker Prime Minister.
मुझे पूरा यकीन है कि जो केयरटेकर सेटअप है वो केयरटेकर सेटअप है और इलेक्शन कमीशन पे बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है कि वक्त के ऊपर जो है वो हल्का बंदियाँ जो है वो नहीं मुकम्मल करे कम से कम वक्त में ताकि इलेक्शन हो सके क्योंकि पाकिस्तान के अंदर इस्तेकाम और जमहूरी इस्तेकाम भी और पॉलिटिकल स्टेबिलिटी भी दोनों के लिए जो है वो वक्त पर इलेक्शन होना बहुत ज़रूरी है।
Meanwhile, the Islamabad High Court turned down an appeal by jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan that his conviction on corruption charges be suspended on Wednesday. Khan has been declared guilty in Toshakhana this week and has been barred from politics by the poll body for 5 years. PTI chief has denied any wrongdoing and has accused the involvement of the powerful military for his ouster. Moving on, massive protests swept through Pakistan-occupied Kashmir recently as people took to streets to demand their rights and freedom from Islamabad's illegal occupation. They raised slogans to express anger over zero development, hours of load shedding, cut down on subsidies and imposition of heavy taxes. Locals accuse Islamabad as pushing more and more people into abject poverty through its failed economic policies. The protesters said they are fed up of mistreatment with no representation. Activists have time and again blamed the Pakistan government of being both negligent and systematically discriminatory.
People are desperate. There is no food. There is no clean drinking water. There is no proper infrastructure like roads or hospitals and schools and colleges or universities. People are fed up. And people are now raising slogans against Pakistan as well as against the sitting government in so-called Azad Kashmir. It's high time now that the government of India addresses the issues of nearly 4.5 million Indian subjects living under the occupation of Pakistan.
And Taliban spokesman Zabiullah Mujahid once again has refuted the allegations of Pakistan that Afghan soil is being used for terror attacks and said Afghanistan is not responsible for the security failure of Pakistan. His remarks came a day after Pakistan Army Chief General Asim Munir said that the involvement of Afghan nationals in terrorism attacks in Pakistan was detrimental to regional peace and stability. Zabiullah pointed to Pakistan's spending in security forces and intel operations and said a large amount of the nation's budget is being spent to fight terror, which then raises the question of why the nation is not able to contain terror. Pakistan has been witnessing a surge in attacks, especially by TTP, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, since the Taliban's return to power in 2021. The TTP is not directly associated with the Afghan Taliban, but pledges allegiance to it. Well, moving on, the death toll due to the deadly dengue outbreak in Bangladesh has surpassed 350 as 12 more deaths were reported on Wednesday. The Directorate General of Health Services has warned of a record number of dengue cases in August. At least 352 people have died so far in 2023 and more than 70,000 infected, according to official figures, making this the deadliest year since the first recorded epidemic in 2000. There is no vaccine or drug that specifically treats dengue, which is common in South Asia during the June to September monsoon season. It is caused by the Aedes aegypti mosquito, which thrives in stagnant water. Symptoms include high fever, joint pain, and vomiting. And women soldiers of India's BSF, the Border Security Force, who are deployed at the Pakistan border, are conducting thorough security drills to foil any insurgency attempts ahead of the country's 77th Independence Day. The paramilitary force did not recruit women until 2008. However, since then, the women troopers have been guarding the delicate India-Pakistan border. Soldiers have been deployed to foil suspicious activities of the terrorists as border areas see regular terrorist activities from the neighboring country.
बॉर्डर ड्यूटी पे कभी भी कुछ भी हो सकता है, जैसे कभी स्मगलिंग हो गया या कुछ अन्य एक्टिविटी हो गई, तो हमें हमेशा सतर्क रह के ड्यूटी करनी पड़ती है। तो हम किसी भी परिस्थिति में हमेशा तैयार रहते हैं कि कभी भी कुछ भी हो जाए तो हमेशा तैयार रहते हैं।
Well, although security forces remain alert on the border throughout the year, but they step up their vigil in the view of the Independence Day to avert any untoward incidents. And yoga involving furry companions has become a popular trend around the world. A group of yoga practitioners have been holding sessions in New Delhi involving cats, drawing crowds looking to bust stress. Take a look. Inside a sunlit studio in Indian capital New Delhi, a group of yoga practitioners have been gathering for an hour of yoga with an adorable twist. As participants hold their poses, kittens and cats wander around the room, some resting on yoga mats, while others try to play with the practitioners, promoting laughter from the group. The hour-long yoga sessions involving these furry companions are aimed at helping people unwind from stress.
I think this yoga with cats is much different from just working out or yoga because of the added serotonin boost, and it keeps you distracted in a good way.
Some attendees even take midday breaks from their office jobs to attend the classes organized under the initiative The Paw Hour, which also helps promote pet adoption. Organizers say they have been swamped with requests to adopt the animals after every class.
You see a class full of people smiling throughout. You see playfulness, which is missing in our lives generally. So it's good to just unwind and have like a de-stressing session with these kittens. Also, it's really good as it raises a lot of awareness and it ends up with happy stories of kittens getting adopted.
Well, that's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.